Howdy, your tube. Alright, I'm back. Today, I want to address a few points, things I've been thinking about, and to share with you my own personal Mandela Effect. Now, first point is, if you're not familiar, there have been a lot of freaky changes in what we call the King James Version of the Bible. I suggest or I encourage you to go check it out. You don't have to be a Christian per se, just to go check out a lot of the weird changes that have taken place. Now, from my understanding, doing a little online looking, there have been some changes in the Quran as well. I looked to see if there were any changes in Buddhism, couldn't find any. So for what I gather, the changes are just predominantly in the Bible and a few in the Quran. I have to ask the question, why? It's really odd. Now, no one really knows who or what is causing this odd thing we call the Mandela Effect. Some blame it on CERN, with all the particle manipulation and supposed portal openings to alternate dimensions or alternate realities. How many? Who's to say? Now, a thought on that line, every time you dream or lucid dream, it's like you're in another world. Some of those dreamscapes you go to, some of them are pretty chaotic, pretty crazy. And when you wake up, if you happen to remember your dream, it's like, oh, you don't want to go back there. Is that another alternate reality, alternate dimension? Who knows? In some of your dreamscapes, you have come across some very pleasant environments, some that you want to go back to, some that you don't want to leave. Especially if they are better than what we have now, or in this so-called reality, this matrix. Now, but I still have to ask the question, why are these changes taking place? We can speculate all day long. Many of you are familiar with the question, what is the end game? Who knows? I prefer the question, what is the end result? But by the time we get to the end, to see the result, I don't think anybody will care, because we're at the end, so to speak, moving into another plane of existence, perhaps. But why? Think about a lot of the changes that have taken place anatomically speaking, your skeletal system, like the holes here, here, and here. There's supposed to be 6 new holes in the skull. If you listen to a lot of the anatomical specialists from wherever, they'll tell you that those holes have always been there. They're for nerves. Okay, I can buy that. However, if you ask a lot of the anatomical specialists from the other reality, they'll tell you those holes were never there. What's going on there? Again, I say, why? Some other changes that have taken place in the skeletal system are the rib cage, the pelvis, the shoulder blades, the collarbone region. There may be more that I'm not aware of. Now, one specifically that I wanted to address that has affected me, and I'm positive it has, is that little triangular bone at the bottom of the breastplate. I recall in my teens, 11th to 12th grade, out on the football field at the park, we were playing with a boomerang this particular day. A buddy of mine launched the boomerang. I watched it go up, loop around, and I ran up to catch it, but I underestimated the angle of descent, so I had to backpedal to try and catch it. I caught it all right in the chest, right at the bottom of that bony breastplate. Subsequently, I had a little small scar, like a little scratch, and over time as it healed, a little bone spur, a little knot developed. And I used to feel it on occasion, just rubbing the bottom of that breastplate, and I would feel that little knot, wondering if it would ever go away. Now, I tried to pin down a time when I noticed I had that little triangular protrusion at the bottom. The best of my recollection, I'm going to put it about 2 years ago, right at the bottom. Let me raise up a little bit for the camera. Right at the bottom of your breastplate here, I have that little triangular piece there. And I'm wondering, where the hell did that come from? And also, that little knot on the bone at the bottom of the breastplate is gone. It's like that whole region has been replaced by that new piece. And I know bones heal over time, depending upon the injury. But no. As it relates to me, personally, that is completely new. Some of you out there may have similar experiences. And I know let me give you another example of why I know that it's new. There's a maneuver I used to practice whenever I got hiccups. I used to practice this from back in high school. You would take your fingers and push them right up under that breastplate to push up on your diaphragm, to take that spasm out of your diaphragm. I can't do it now. I can't reach up under that high because of that little bony protrusion. If it's cartilage or bone or whatever, I don't know. I can't push my fingers up. I can get under there, but it's a bit more difficult to do now. So, but anyway, that's my personal Mandela Effect. Aside from the other items that you have all experienced and have seen online and on YouTube as well, regarding logos, food items, everything. Whatever's going on, it is strange. But I'm not going to go into great detail with this Mandela Effect. There's enough videos and information out there regarding this. But it brings me back to the question, why is this happening? Like I say, we can speculate all day long. Is it, like again, CERN? Is it some outside force? Is it just the way it's supposed to happen towards the end? When you have all this merging of realities, it's strange. Very strange. Now, many of you that practice meditation, things of that nature, I'm sure you all have been in contact with your higher selves or in contact with some higher being or beings and have asked that question, perhaps. Those that have not practiced meditation have just simply, oh, I feel it coming. Yeah, there it is. Let's ask the question and see if we get a response. Why is this happening? Is anyone listening? I guess we're not going to get a response. As is the case most times, some of you may get a response. But are you talking to yourself? Answering yourself? Are you in communication with your higher self? Has your higher self responded? Would be nice if a benevolent being would show up for some of us and answer that question. But I guess we want too many. We have too many questions that require too many answers, and they don't have that kind of time to spend. Maybe. I don't know. Would be nice to know. I mean, how about you all out there? Would you like to know why? Not what, where, when, how come, but why? Why is this happening? No, okay, I won't do that. Anyway, I hope this has thought-provoked some of you to do, as I always say, do your own research. Don't just trust what I say or what anybody else on YouTube or whatever other forum has to say. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions. And if you discover something new, share it with us. Please. Please do. Because we are all in this together, all searching for answers. You know? So let's help one another out, shall we? Now, I'm going to close because I just want to do a quick video here. Now, for those of you out there that are Muslim, that happen to see this video, that are Buddhist, that happen to see this video, or whatever religious persuasion you are, please chime in the comments and let us know if you have noticed any changes in your religious text. I'd like to know. Please, let us know. All right. Until next time, you all have a good one. Have a safe one. Peace, love, and hair grease.